If you look at your child's college move-in checklist right now, it's going to tell you that your freshman needs a surge protector, shower shoes, twin XL sheets, and 5 different types of storage bin. And while those things are great and important, having been through this a couple of times now, I can tell you with absolute certainty the things your child needs most when they walk into that dorm room will not fit into a plastic storage bin. Last week, we talked about how to be emotionally present in these last few weeks with them at home. But today, we're going to talk about the emotional, relational, spiritual packing list that they need. The 5 essentials that every college freshman needs before you drive out of your driveway on move-in day. My name is Wilhelm-Volpi, and I'm a Christian author and speaker. I make weekly videos to help you live your faith, stay connected with the people you love, and find the good in everyday life. Subscribe if you want to see more. The first thing they need is explicit permission to mess up, paired with the reminder that home is a safe place to land when they do. Right now, your student is carrying a massive pressure to do everything right, to get their classes right, the roommate situation, make new friends quickly, figuring out who they are. They're terrified of making a mistake and disappointing you. Before move-in day, you need to tell them out loud these words. You are going to hit bumps. You are going to make mistakes. You might bomb a quiz, pick the wrong major at first, or feel completely overwhelmed. When that happens, you do not have to hide it from me. It's all okay. Home is a safe place for you to land. When you remove the burden of perfection, your child doesn't hide their mistakes. They call you when they need guidance. Giving them permission to be human keeps the lines of communication open, something that is so critical when real challenges come up, because they will. The second thing your college freshman needs is a clear, mutually agreed upon framework for how you're going to stay in touch. Nothing creates tension faster in these first few weeks than unspoken and unmet expectations. Maybe you're waiting by your phone every day for a daily recap, and they're navigating orientation, meeting 50 new people, and feeling micromanaged every time their phone buzzes. Sit down this week and set a rhythm together. Just ask them directly, what does healthy communication look like for you once you're settled? Maybe it's a quick morning text, just a quick check-in. Or maybe it's a longer conversation over the weekend where you have time to really go into what's going on. Whatever that looks like, when you build a communication framework together, it gives both of you room to breathe and gives them the opportunity to gain some independence while keeping your connection strong over these miles. Third on the list, they need a script for hard conversations. If you think about it, for 18 or 19 years now, you've been the primary referee in their lives. But suddenly they're sharing 150 square feet with a total stranger who might stay up until 3 a.m., borrow their clothes without asking, or leave dirty dishes in the sink for a week. Most 18-year-olds don't know how to address conflict without either exploding or avoiding it altogether. Giving them some simple scripts before they leave can be incredibly helpful. Something like, hey, I'm a light sleeper. Can we agree on quiet hours after 11? Or, I don't mind sharing, but let's check in with each other before borrowing something. Or, I have a really demanding major and I want to do well. Is it better for me to find a place to study because, you like to play music really loud? Giving them vocabulary to establish boundaries. This is not just a college skill. This is a life skill that they're going to use again and again. And helping them start well, you're just setting them up for so much more success in the short term and the long term. The fourth essential is an intentional strategy for their first 2 weeks on campus. The first 14 days of college set a trajectory for your student's social and spiritual life. Loneliness hits fast. And if the student doesn't have a plan, it becomes really easy to retreat into a dorm room with Netflix or to slip into a crowd that doesn't really reflect their values just to feel like they're included. Encourage them to do 2 specific things in these first 2 weeks. Number 1, say yes to awkward stuff. What do I mean by that? Go to the college fair, sit next to someone new in the dining hall, or leave your dorm room propped open during move-in week. The second one is to find a spiritual anchor immediately. That could look like checking out a campus ministry, going to a local parish, or joining a small group. Tell them not to wait until midterms or, to seek out a community. Finding people who share their values right away gives them an instant support system when homesickness hits. Finally, they need a tangible anchor, something physical that they can hold on to when the dorm room gets quiet, when the excitement wears down, and your voice is not down the hall. When kids step out into the world, they are inundated with voices telling them who they ought to be, what they ought to achieve, how they ought to perform. It's a lot. They need a steady, daily reminder of whose they are and where their true foundation lies. This is exactly why I wrote an I Love You book for people about to take on the world. I wanted to create something that parents could slip into a suitcase or leave on a desk. A quiet, beautiful collection of truth, encouragement, and faith. It's designed to be a gentle anchor for these exact moments, reminding them of God's love, of your love, and the strength that they hold inside. When they're the strength that they hold inside when they're taking on these big new horizons and these big moments. Whether it's a book like this, a letter from home, a family heirloom, or a rock from the backyard, something physical that they can look at, and it will always remind them you are loved, you are equipped, and you are never alone. As you finish up the packing list and those last-minute dorm supply purchases, take a deep breath. The fact that you care this much means that you have already given them the most important foundation they could ever have. And if you are looking for that meaningful send-off gift to put in their bag or leave in the dorm room, I'll put a link to my book in the description below. Share this with another parent who's sending a kid off to college this month, and drop a comment below to let me know where your child is headed. I can't wait to hear about it. Until next time, keep nurturing those connections that matter most. Take care.